Hey guys, I wanted to make a video today going over the 5 stars that we're going to have in the beginner banner and the standard banner. We're going to have Vina, we're going to have Encore, we're going to get Karo, Lingyang, and Ching. And I want to go over a quick rundown on what they are and what they do, basic terms, right? So Vina is a healer, she's a buffer as well, and you can build her with attack. I say you can, but you want to build her with attack. So she is potentially an extra source of damage. What do I mean by that? So to start with the healing, she gets an amazing heal off her Resonance Liberation. Of course, we don't have the multipliers yet, so we don't know how much she'll heal. But on top of this heal and the AoE damage she does, she adds a photosynthesis mark onto the target when she hits them. Anyone who hits those targets gets healed, and anyone other than Vina who hits that target gets healed, and Vina does a coordinated attack, so she attacks them two at the same time. So more damage, more heals, AoE. It is a really good ultimate in my thoughts. Her forte circuit revolves around photosynthesis acquisition. It just does more healing and a bit of damage as well. Right. Reconcerto, energy, health, basic. The big thing that she has in her inherent skill is that it prevents the fatal injury every 10 minutes. Once every 10 minutes. And that character will get a shield for 10 seconds, and the shield is about 120% of Vina's attack. That's crazy. If you think of it in Star Rail terms, she is a Luocha, where you can mark people and hit them to heal. She's kind of like Robin, right? Because when you hit a marked target, she's going to do extra damage when she's off the team. When she's off the field. And a lot of healing, and her inherent skill, she's basically Bailu, preventing death once, and you get a shield that's 120% of her attack, and her attack is nothing to laugh at either. 338 at level 90. That's pretty high. And her second skill gives a attack buff by 20% for 20 seconds. And this is her second inherent skill. So when you use a liberation skill or the outro skill, we get a buff for 20 seconds. And her outro skill already does some healing, 19% of her attack, and an extra 15% increase in total damage. So she heals, she damages, she buffs. She's super crap, super good. All right, I'm gonna talk about whether you really need her or not in a bit, but I want to go over the other characters right now too. Next, we're gonna have Encore. She's your basic DPS character, 425 attack at base 90. Okay, her kit revolves around building up energy to go onto a Cosmos rampage with the Resonance Liberation. This basically just enhances all her attacks, her basic heavies, and her skill. Her forte circuit, there's 2 variations. One is before you do Resonance Liberation, and one after you do Resonance Liberation. Both of them will give you a 70% reduction in damage. And this is important because one of her skills, this one here, during the Cosmo Rampage, the liberation that she does, when her health is above 70%, her damage increases by 12%. So it's important to keep her health up, and it'll help once you build up enough dissonance, which is her little energy, right? Transition skills, basic, attack, outro. So she's a very good DPS. She's also tanky herself. But that's it. That's all. DPS. Karo has also high base attack, obviously a DPS. His rotation, he has two different forms, just like Encore. His form changes when you use the Resonance Liberation. So it's called the Death Blade Gear. To better understand it, the basic rotation is to... We're going to look at the inherent skill here. So the first thing we want to look at, Bloodshed Awakening. When casting the heavy attack Mercy, his Resonance Liberation increases by 10% the damage. Ooh, sorry. When casting a heavy attack Mercy, the damage bonus of his Resonance Liberation increases by 10%, lasting 15 seconds. That's very good. Okay, so... And then the second one, the Liberation Death Messenger hits the target. Damage reduced by 15%. What's Death Messenger? I'll show you in a bit. So this is the important one. So we start with this. What is Heavy Attack Mercy? It's in the Forte Circuit. When this is before you use the Resonance Liberation. Okay, you need to cast a heavy attack when you have 3 points of cruelty. His energy revolves around cruelty or killing instinct after he uses his liberation. So before you use your liberation, it's going to be cruelty. So you build up cruelty by using the resonance skill Extermination Order. That's your basic skill. You just use it. You can use it 3 times in a row. If you hit 3 targets, you get 3 points of cruelty. 3 points of cruelty. Okay, so resonance skill. Use up to 3 points of cruelty with a heavy attack. Okay, and then I'll give you this buff. And then you use the Resonance Liberation, get into Deathblade Gear state. Changes your attacks to Hound's Horn. Okay, what is that? Why is that important? Hound's Horn gives us killing intent points. And that's important because we need killing intent points to build up this energy source here. Replacing the basic attack with Death Messenger, which is your big, crazy, consumes all killing intent damage attack. Right, and it also recovers resonance energy, concerto energy. That's the basic rotation. And we still don't have the multipliers. So I don't know how much damage he'll do, but I'm going to assume it's gonna be fat damage. So he is a very good DPS from what I'm reading so far. Okay, that's his basic rotation. Okay, let's look at Lingyang. Lingyang, think of him, he is kind of like a monk. He uses gauntlets, right? Obviously. So his rotation is around punching people and a smooth transition or in between off cooldown skills to continuously do more damage, right? If you read here, 3rd, 4th, 5th basic attacks, ancient arts is replaced by swift punches. What does all this mean? So his basic rotation, you'll want to do his Resonance Liberation first, because Lion Vigor gives him a boost for 14 seconds. What kind of boost? Glacial damage increased by 50%. And it also increases the duration of his special energy source, Forte Circuit, Striding Lion. We'll talk about that. So the rotation, start with the Liberation. Basic attack 3 to 5 times. Once you do that, you can use the Resonance skill because it's gonna be called Swift Punches now. Once you use this skill, you use basic you're gonna use your basic attack because the 5th one is gonna turn into Feral Roar. And then after you use Feral Roars, you can cast this resonance skill again, and then when you use your basic again, it would be the third basic to be cast. That sounds very convoluted, very confusing. I'm sure once you get your hands on this character, it'll be fun. He sounds like a fun character to use and play because you got a lot of combinations to throw in there. The interesting thing about him, though, is I believe it was Striding Lion. When you get into this state, he ends up jumping through the air, doing a different form of attack. And without having access to the game yet, I can't really go into how it works. But Striding Lion basically changes all of his attacks, basically to Feral Gyrate, skill replaced with Lion Prance, right? And he just flies through the air and doing crazy amounts of damage, and it looks cool. He looks cool. The inherent skills just buffs his Lion Awakens intro skill. And this, I don't want to get into this because I feel like Pridewind is confusing the names again. Like, what's Leaping Style Mountain Cross? No, that's not over here. So I'm assuming that's Striding Lion, right? I don't know. Better to confirm in game when it's out, but he's also a good DPS. Okay, we got 3 really good DPS in Karo, Encore, and Lingyang. Finally, Ching. She will be our support and healer as well. Does she buff? I don't believe so. But she does CC, but only on her liberation. Her liberation will create a wind field, pulls people into the center, and then you can switch to someone else to do big damage on a piled together group of enemies. Her forte circuit revolves around you hold your heavy attack, gathering chi once your chi gauge is full. And there's 4 different stages. If you release the heavy attack, depending on the stage, you get different effects. But it revolves around gaining rank shield, rank 1 to 4, 4 being the best, and doing a little bit of arrow damage to the surroundings. And the shield does heal you as well. Now, what I couldn't confirm is whether or not this shield can be transferred when you switch characters. If it does, then this makes it worthwhile, right? So if you compare Vina and Ching, Vina would still be better, but other than that, Shin doesn't have anything else that's very interesting. She can counter or release it early to do a different attack, but it's not very interesting compared to Vina or the other DPS characters, right? A healing shield, I guess that's cool. It's whatever. I do like her character though. But in terms of her kit, I don't think it's that good. I do not. But that's my thoughts on these 5-star characters. Vina is great. I'm gonna talk about in another video, mainly talking about re-rolling, about whether or not you're gonna want to re-roll for a specific character. If you're just thinking in terms of kit, if you're gonna re-roll for a character you like the design of or the one that you like the most, that's fine. Do that. It's your time, not mine. And you know, you play how you want, get what you want. Me personally, I'm not gonna re-roll for anyone, mainly because the 4-star characters that we get for free are super good. And I'm gonna go through that in another video. Other than that, I think I'll end that here today. Comment in the comment section below if you have any other questions. If I said anything wrong or if you have any corrections for me, please let me know. I want to learn more about this game other than just what Pridewind gives me. If you had access to the closed beta, tell me what I got wrong, please, especially Jiangxin's shield and what else she does. I want her to be good, but I don't know if she's good. There's a lot of health and defense, but do we need a tank? No, just dodge and parry everything. I don't know. Comment, like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Check out my free 4-star videos to know what they do. And then you can go back to the video and compare on your own, or just wait for my next video where I do the comparing and talk about re-rolling options. Alright, thanks a lot. Bye.